So what if I told you that I feel generally confident hitting the green and hitting it fairly close to the flag from nearly every distance, but pitch shots just lately been killing my game. So I've got a 70-yard shot into the green here, which is my half swing with a 56-degree wedge, and the shot I've been hitting has very much been short, right. I'm seeing the left-hand part of the screen there. My path 12 degrees from the inside, club face 5 degrees closed, and let's be honest, that is absolutely dreadful. Now, it's interesting because what I think I do really well in the golf swing is something that I think absolutely kills my pitching. And with a little bit of practice on hack motion, what I've been able to feel is get that sensation so that I can now stand up there and get a much better strike, much more control. And if not hit it stone dead every time, certainly feel that I'm giving myself a look and a chance with the putt. So I know what you're probably thinking, what is it that you've been working on in your full swing that's killing your pitching, but most importantly, what are you doing better? So an awful lot is made nowadays about that lead wrist, and the fact that we'd like to see in the golf swing more of this movement than this movement, because that would imply an open face, whereas the other way gets that club face more neutral. So I'm going to try and just, hopefully I'll find this difficult, I'm going to try and hit the poor one again. And we saw I was very from the inside with the club face a little bit closed. So on hack motion, and I've got this set into the kind of range that I would like it to be. Now you will obviously hear the noise, but I can feel that vibrate on my wrist. Now I personally prefer the vibration than the sound, but for the video, I think if you can hear the sounds. So I'm going to hit a shot again. That's the one, it feels weak. Again, way from the inside, club face slightly closed. And what we can see on the app there is that I had 30 degrees of extension at address. At the top there was 11, but I then moved into 21 degrees of flexion through impact. So lots and lots of shaft lean, and that's me dropping it on the inside and trying to rescue it with the face. So much as I like, I'm not saying all that feeling, but a lot of that feeling in my golf swing to get that nice compressed feel, I don't like that feel with my pitching. I want to kind of feel that I'm almost getting back with the same kind of shaft lean at impact that I get at address. So it's definitely for me about getting into my address position, and I know I'll see quite a bit of extension at address, but almost feeling like I'm trying to keep that club face a bit more open rather than this way, but certainly on the way down, feeling like I let that club head overtake a little bit more into impact and keep the club face swinging more down that line and looking more at the target. So if I was hitting that with a full swing, it'd almost feel like I'm trying to hit a fade. But certainly for me, at address, like I said, lots of extension. As I swing back, that's very different from where I would normally feel. So I can get that feel and then turn my body out the way and not actually feel like I have to use my hands. So it's just all about kind of being there and then turning through the shot. Now, obviously I'm very lucky. Today I'm using TrackMan IO, which is giving me some great feedback, but hack motion really helps me understand how I'm using that lead wrist a little bit differently to control the club face. And then if I can stand in there, get that feel on the way back. Felt lovely, straight at the target, nice and close. We can see there 67 yards carry, 6,500 spin, finishing 67. Now, even though the flag's 70 yards away, 66 should be my carry number there. So you could see my distance control was good, my accuracy was great, and all of a sudden, I'm getting closer and closer. And I made the comment at the start about feeling I could miss greens easily from this range. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? That if I can hit a 4-iron onto a green, I should, from this range, be able to get a half swing sand wedge on there, but it was something I was really struggling with. But changing that feel and then being much more body orientated rather than having to use my hands a lot because the path of the club was so poor, and then get myself set up again. And I've turned the sound off now so I can feel the vibration, which in its personal preference, you might love the noise, you might love both. So, and that's the beauty, you can mess around with those on the app. But once you've got that feel, it's amazing how you can build some confidence and kind of feel like you can put good swings on it. So a little bit long, but again, I love the fact that I'm now disappointed with one that's probably about 15, 18 feet away, whereas before I felt like I kind of had the long left and the short right one, and then potentially somewhere in between, but it now feels like get that wrist a little bit more cupped, turn the body through, and it is nice feeling. I can actually be a little bit more aggressive. Again, I'm looking for 66 as my carry. That one's 68. Strike's good, so lots and lots of spin. Now, the spin's all down a lot to the golf ball you're playing. I've kind of been a little bit in between at the moment. Pro V1X has been my ball of choice in the past, but I'm currently on one of the Vice golf balls, and I've got a video coming about the texture of the different colours is quite different, and I'm interested to see, does the different texture of the cover really create much difference in spin? But for now, this is all about, can I get the technique right? Can I get some good feedback with some kit? So the flag's 70 yards away. Let's see if I can try and pitch one that's 66 yards. That's going to be a little bit long. So that's going to pitch 70. Just drove that forward a little bit, but you can see lots and lots of spin at 8,300. And again, it's on the green with one that I'm a bit disappointed with. But let's go one more, try and feel even more cupped through impact. That felt better. There's your 71 yards carry, spinning back in that tight little group. And it's transformed my game, understanding how that lead wrist is controlling that club face, and how for me it's very different with pitching than it is with full swing. It might not be that for you, but if you are somebody whose long game feels good and the pitching feels poor, work on that lead wrist, control that club face better, and it might just take your pitching to a whole new level.